first man in the ring, as he's up and ready to fight in this fight tonight. And again, this is the current reigning WBO Intercontinental Champion. He won that in a 9-round knockout over James Creighton in September of last year. He's made one title defense against Jorge Ramirez. He knocked him out in 4 rounds, representing the country of Mexico from Chihuahua, Mexico. Castillo, 26 years of age, 5'6", weighed at 130, 129 for Lorcy, 24-0-1 with 16 by knockout. I tell you what, on paper, this WBO junior lightweight fight, and then based on a draw the last time, could be one of the better world title fights that you'll be experiencing in the year 1997, if the last fight is any indication of how well this fight can come about. Julien Lorcy, as the crowd now being pumped up, will be coming through the smoke and the lights of the LeBron Dome here in Villanova. It always becomes a more difficult situation when a fighter fights in the home country, the one that he's fighting, certainly with a fight of this magnitude. You have to try to play through all this hype. The weigh-ins become a spectacular event here, not only here in France, but also all around the country of Europe. They not only have them most of the time in a tavern-type atmosphere. The crowd is invited to come. That's exactly what they've had here in France, as the Terry brothers know how to put on their stick and old scope is, and here comes Lorcy. 25 years old, 5'6", 36 wins, 26 knockouts. You start talking to people around France, of course, when they spell the name Lorcy, Lorcy would probably be the more correct to the French, but they said, hey, his name is Lorcy, so be it. So with the pre-fight preliminaries nearing an end, the two fighters are up. They'll be getting their robes on. The final introductions will be made. And we're set for 12 rounds of boxing here tonight in France. Looking back at the fight card of these two fighters, I made mention of Lorcy with 26 knockouts, 19 of which have come inside of 3 rounds, so this man can't put you away early. 16 knockouts on the career for Castillo. 7 of his have come inside the 3 rounds, so you would have to say that Lorcy might be the man of a little bit more dangerous attitude towards coming into the fight, trying to get it over in a hurry. Two fighters will officially get their introductions. Lorcy is the current reigning European junior lightweight champion, while this man, Castillo, is the WBO Intercontinental champion. In September of 1966. Fights in the United States has Lorcy. Didn't work long there, only 6 rounds. Tommy Barnes went down in New Jersey in '95 in the first round. Mark Smith in Nevada went down in 3 on a knockout. Then in March of 1996, Lorcy's only other appearance, a 2-round knockout over Mo Hernandez. It's only 6 rounds of action he's fought in the United States. Otherwise, most of it's been right here in France. Well, again, the referee for tonight's bout will be Roberto Ramirez out of Puerto Rico. Castillo getting his last words of advice coming from his corner. Ramirez giving the final instructions to the fighters here. And you can see Castillo very clearly not wanting to look up into Lorcy's eyes to get any kind of a benefit there. Lorcy looking for a stare back, but they're not going to get it. They slap gloves, and Castillo never looked at him. So again, both fighters, we've alluded to the fact, are rather quick starters. Castillo is not your typical Mexican boy. He can punch from the outside. Lorcy's crowd, you can hear him pumped up. And round 1 is just about here. The Junior Lightweight World Championship is underway just south of Paris on the Cedric Christian Sports Network. Castillo, the southpaw. The black with a gold trim. Excuse me, the blue with a gold trim. The blue and the red belonging to Lorcy. Lorcy again trying to close the distance after the southpaw. Fires a couple of shots. Be interesting to see also Lorcy. He fought, of course, this same left-hander in one of his last 3 fights. Actually, Lorcy has had 2 fights since the fight in March with Castillo, just trying to stay sharp. Castillo has not fought since. Castillo running with a potential headbutt. And managed to take a good close look, and he is caught. So a headbutt, and the judge or the referee is bringing the doctor up, so there's been a headbutt. Lorcy's been looked at as well, but no cut resulting in him. No, there is a cut. It's in the hairline. So both fighters have been cut. And it clearly was one a headbutt. So what a strange turn of events. This has been a headbutt in the first round. Lorcy, you see, cut in the hairline. And we'll see where the cut is on Castillo. It is, I believe, on one of the eyebrows. So a headbutt in the first round changes the strategy. Neither one of the cuts are in a overly dangerous position. Certainly that of Lorcy up in the hairline, other than the blood down in his eyes. But it was a headbutt in the first round, acknowledged by the referee finally after called on by Castillo. And he is pawing at that left eye. It is on the left eyebrow. You can see the blood streaming down the face of both fighters now. No change in strategy of both fighters, saying, wait a minute, I don't know if we can go 12. But what's happening now, and Castillo slips a good left hand in. Lorcy's trying to rub it inside. Castillo closing behind that good right jab of his. Lorcy trying to counter punch off the head. Castillo, just a smear of blood on that left side from the eye. You can see how quick he gets in with the punches. Lorcy covering up, trying to counter punch off the charging Castillo. Castillo punching from the outside. Good shot on the head that time of Lorcy. Most of those punches being caught in the gloves. Peekaboo style of Lorcy. Straight up the middle left hand that time by Castillo. Just looked inside. That one caught on the gloves. Lorcy carefully trying to keep his left foot outside the right foot of Castillo, the southpaw, which takes a little bit of the angle away from that left hook of his. He has to come a little further to throw it, which allows you to maybe throw one back underneath it or over the top. Lorcy slipping in with the right hand on Castillo. Both fighters cut on a headbutt here in round 1. Neither one of them in a situation where it could possibly end this fight, at least it appears not now. But the eye cut of Castillo could be a problem before it's all over. Castillo winging from the outside to end round 1. Lorcy's corner to see if they're working on that cut. You can see they have a very little adjustment that it appears to have probably stopped up in the hairline.
Ici tu es bien clair devant toi, il est très élégant. Où il va, boum, une gauche. Où il va, boum. Tu as vu, tu as donné 5 gauches, là, tu as fait comme ça. Rappelle-toi, la cible, quand tu vas la charger. Boum, boum, boum. C'est tout ce que tu as à faire pour l'instant. Déjà ouvert, tu l'ouvres un peu plus. N'oublie pas que c'est des élastiques que j'ai. Respire bien. Te bagarrer. Tu sais que tu bats. C'est pas bon.
C'est le cuir chevelu, c'est pas.
Essaye, mon ami. Respire bien.
Vigilant comme tu l'es.
Second round of a scheduled 12-round world title fight, the WBO junior lightweight title. Up for grabs, it's a vacant title. Castillo on the left, Lorcy of France on the right, Castillo out of Old Mexico. A headbutt that brought on a cut on the forehead of Lorcy and on the eye of Castillo. I would say that Castillo's corner has to be a little bit more concerned than that of Lorcy with the location of the cut left eye of Castillo. It's on the eyebrow and not on the eyelid, fortunately. Lorcy being very careful, fighting very defensively through the first drive. 2 rounds. Castillo struck the punch inside. Lorcy answered with a right hand of his own. Both fighters, after getting that preliminary first round that again had a brief stoppage, which gave him a little rest inside the round, but really didn't need it at this juncture of the fight. Now being instructed by their corner. In Lorcy's corner, his corner working to try to get kind of a quick shot from the left, take an angle, take a quick shot from the right. Still throwing in combinations, but doing it off the move, not standing in front of Castillo. Castillo's corner was mostly concerned with a cut in between rounds. Lorcy landing the combination. Every punch, if it lands or not, will be applauded by their French crowd. Lorcy lunging with the left hand, missing with the left, missing with the right as he held off on it. Castillo, you can see how tightly he keeps that duke up now right around the eyes where he's got problems with it. Minute to go. Two left hand thrown by Castillo. Lorcy shaking for a moment back on the rope, just trying to gain his... Seats. Lorcy, good right hand. Castillo catches it on the eye. Still pulling at that left eye. It's giving him trouble. Lorcy was momentarily shaken. He came out like a lightning bolt. Got Castillo in trouble, and now they both settle down, heading for the end of the round. Castillo throwing from the outside. Lorcy slowly but surely working himself underneath. Prodding, trying to get himself inside. Castillo trying to punch him off. Lorcy throwing combinations. Not good ones. Castillo off balance, pulling at that eye that still has blood streaming out his cheek. Closing seconds of the second round. The French crowd is up on their feet. It's actually in the eyebrow and near the bridge of the nose, it appears now. But we get a good close look at it. Still, however, a dangerous spot for a cut. The doctors are there as well.
Tírale un jab y acuérdate, jab
Keep the back close.
y el gancho abajo.
Keep back close.
While the cut is being worked on, feverishly here, trying to close it. You can see it's not on the outside, but on the inside, right above the bridge of the nose. It's one of those that can easily spread down the bridge of the nose and certainly on into the eyelid. As let's take a look at some of that fighting by Lorcy. He got Castillo off, and big right hand by Lorcy on that replay. Watch it again, boom, right on the nose. And that one hurt. Third round of the world title fight. This crowd is just settling down for another 3 minutes of action. They liked what they saw in that second round as the Frenchman. Lorcy in the blue and the red. Actually in a little trouble from Castillo, came stinging back, including a huge right hand near the end of the round. And Fevers worked in the corner, and Castillo's eye again above the left eye. And now being warned by Ramirez after throwing a punch. That was a point he got taken away in the last fight. He had 2 deducted when they fought to the draw in March. Again, the cut on the forehead of Lorcy, and that on the eye brought on by a headbutt back in round 1. Castillo closes. Lorcy's doing a wonderful job of staying home. By that I mean that Castillo's coming wide. Lorcy's just staying, catching him on the arms, and then firing shots up the middle. Castillo holding that right hand high, trying to load up to the left hand. Lorcy spinning away from any punches before Castillo could throw any. Castillo throwing some good punches to the body. Lorcy stepping away, still peekabooing behind those 2 gloves. One thing Lorcy Lorcy has done from fight number 1 to fight number 2, and that is to really learn how to fight a left-hander better. He's now circling to his right. He's been circling left most of the night to get outside of that right foot of Castillo. See how he stepped on the outside of the foot and then charged for his own shot? When he steps to the outside of his right foot, it means that Castillo has to throw a punch across his body, which leaves himself wide open. And Lorcy makes him pay right there. Now, if he lets him come right up the middle as Castillo did there, he's an easy bait to hit, is Lorcy. But if he steps to the outside and makes Castillo throw him down to the left foot, he can score as he did there again. See him coming back? He circles outside that right foot. Castillo is a very busy fighter. He's not your traditional Mexican fighter. Lorcy pumps out in that right hand. But Castillo can bounce. But when he gets inside, he can run with his right. Castillo has to fight to the cascade of crowd. And the noise coming at him with the Frenchman paying dividends in the third. Lorcy clearly in control. Now Castillo tries to steal it back. Lorcy is very poised in this fight. Very poised. He is won again by the headbutt possibility at the end of the round.
Pas le fou, tu vas gagner ce combat. Tu es en train de le ruiner. Alors,
Julien Lorcy,
on va perdre la
his
balle là.
own France, 25-year-old youngster.
Tu comprends qu'il
A
peut
very
te faire
creative
large maintenant.
amateur career
Il
all
peut plus
around
te rien
France.
faire, tu l'as diminué en 3 rounds.
Winning the junior lightweight champion as an amateur.
Jamais sur
Fighting international fights all around the world, and now steps in the ring. 25 years old and has a 36-0-1 record already.
Tu peux faire un round comme ça.
I made mention that he had 2 fights since the last fight he had with Castillo. Castillo has not fought since March.
Faut être gentleman, Bobo.
Let's take a look at the
Tous
close.
les. Il m'a dit qu'à la chasse, on
Lorcy
était
again.
gentleman.
Castillo, you see for the first time back.
L'énerve pas.
Ils sont énervés.
Castillo. It was a coughing right hand, but it backed him up to the ropes. And set up another combination by Lorcy as they get ready to head for the fourth. Welcome back to the Le Grand Dome. Villevon-sur-Yvette in France, just south of Paris, and it's World Championship time. The WBO Junior Lightweight Championship. Castillo on the left, Lorcy on the right. Lorcy again with a solid third round has taken a brief lead on our card. I say brief because that was the way it ebbed and flowed the last time in a 12-round draw between the two last March. Both fighters bloodied with a headbutt in the first round. Castillo's in a more dangerous position over the left eye. Lorcy in the hairline, also over the left eye, but not of any consequence other than blood dripping down in his eye. And for the most part, it's been well contained. Good job by Castillo's corner to do the same on his cut. Lorcy did a good job in the last round, staying poised, staying control, and then charging Castillo. Castillo would land some punches as he does there again. Lorcy was able to come back as he gets that long right hand in again. It is probably being more applauded by the crowd than it needs to be, but at least he's scoring with it. Punches thrown again from the outside by Castillo. This is what I was talking about. He's not your traditional brawling Mexican fighter. Most of the time they go in a little bit more behind their punches, kind of crouched in behind it. Look how he tries to lead with that long lead right hand, then comes in behind it with a left hand. A little bit more of a boxer brawler puncher here for Castillo. Castillo, the reigning WBO International Champion, September of '96, knocking up James Creighton in the 9th round to win that title. He's made one defense since with a 4th round knockout over Jorge Ramirez. European Junior Lightweight Champion is Lorcy. Now Castillo starts to close the distance a little bit. Lorcy stepping away from the flooring. Castillo, another couple of good left hands in. Digs a right to the body. One is a little low and he's warned by the referee Ramirez. Under a minute to go in round 4. Lorcy, that little little slipping right hand. Just kind of sneaks it in on the charging Castillo. Castillo starting to paw at that eye again as the blood starts to trickle down. The right hand of Lorcy being well placed on that eye the majority of this fourth round again. Lorcy is scoring well off the counter. Castillo's probably scored more with his punches and may have won the round on some of the cards, but it's again with the counter punching of Lorcy and the reaction of the crowd, probably another very close round on the scorecard of the judges as they rumble near the end of round 4. You can see the blood of that left eye of Castillo. They try to get that stopped as the instruction coming from his left. And the cut being worked on his left. The instruction coming from his right. And there's more concern about the cut than maybe there should be than what's going on in the ring. Castillo has actually fought the fight he wanted to fight, with the exception of those little big right hands. I say little big right hands. They're little punches, and the fact they're not set up by anything. They're just one quick right hand. Castillo's been able to score with the left hand, but again, the right hand has been glancing off his noggin all night long. And particularly over that left hand.
Tú solo sabes lo que puedes hacer las cosas. Tú sabes hacer las cosas. Tú sabes.
They're off their stools to start round 5 of a scheduled 12-round world title fight. Castillo back where he left off, throwing the right hand, throwing the left hand. Lorcy throwing the combination. Castillo trying to shake it off and continues to charge. First time they fought back in March, Lorcy went down twice in the first round. Stunned the French crowd in Paris. Tonight he has not been down, even though a headbutt brought a cut to both the fighters in round 1. Lorcy is fighting a much smarter fight here in the second rematch. In the rematch period, second fight between the two. And now Castillo asking the referee to watch for another potential headbutt. And sometimes this can be a dangerous situation. All of a sudden Castillo, yes, he is getting headbutted, but for that matter, so is Lorcy. He starts trying to think about refereeing rather than fighting. Lorcy again has been under control and doing what he needs to do as he throws the combination off the counter and is forcing Castillo to throw wildly. Now Lorcy throws one wild himself. They're in the halfway point of round number 5. Crowd has certainly got their money's worth early. Castillo stands in briefly. His crowd encouraging him to come after it. Good left hand to the body by Castillo. Castillo backing Lorcy around the ring now. Castillo just ducks away from the right hand. Now Lorcy becomes an evasive target. Castillo lunging, got caught with a left hand on his way in. Castillo now warned to keep his punches up. Lands a good combination on Lorcy, backing away. Castillo has fought all of his fights, with the exception of 7 in California and in Nevada, the United States. Those other 7's fought in his home country of Mexico, but he's moved and trained for the most part up around the Los Angeles area, being from Chihuahua. That blood continues to stream down the left side of his face. I'm a little surprised that the referee has not taken a little closer look at that cut, and maybe even advised the doctor to be in that corner. He was there early, but is not. Now Castillo is just to referee the fight. Sure, he caught a low blow, but now he's asking the referee to try to call everything there is, rather than trying to fight through it and accepting the integrity of the referee to pick that up. But again, back to my point on the cut. The doctor got into the corner of Ramirez early. We've not seen him in the last couple of rounds. Speaking of cuts, Lorcy. So in this fifth round, a little cut on the left eye now. Lorcy has appeared.
Il a la paille, maintenant il faut
These two guys are going
ils sont
to
te
be
battre.
cut and sliced before this fight is all over. So the hairline cut has been taken care of. A slight cut on the left eye. Again, it is under the eye, on the cheek. You can see by the swab coming up, it's not bleeding that much right now. Castillo tossing to the left hand.
Il a la paille. Si tu augmentes ta vitesse sans la force, tu vas avoir encore plus la paille.
Left hand came right up the middle.
Qu'est-ce que tu vas faire là?
Il n'y a rien, mais l'autre, il nous perd.
On y va.
Allez, go.
Minute par minute.
Il ne te tape pas.
Castillo did pay some attention to punches. So Lorcy was shaking a little bit. I gave the round to Castillo as we head for round number 6. Arnulfo Castillo on the right. The southpaw fighting Julien Lorcy of France. Castillo from Mexico. One of these fighters is hoping to walk away with a WBO junior lightweight title belt tonight. They were both so disappointed it didn't go one way or the other last time. Probably Lorcy more so than Castillo. And the fact that spurred on by his French and led on by winning a majority of the last few rounds and 2 points being taken away from Castillo, it came up a draw. And tonight, this one is still another close fight and could go that way again. One still a problem for Castillo. You see Lorcy now starting not so much to counterpunch, but wanting to try to start the offense early. Wants to get out first, take it away from Castillo. You see Lorcy starting to strike. Combination. Castillo ducks away from the left hand. And circles the hole. As Lorcy goes back to work and gets caught by the left hand. Castillo punching hard. Lorcy comes out punching with a combination. Most of the punches of Castillo in that corner. Caught on the gloves. He also has trouble getting the body shot in. Protected by the elbows, and that time Lorcy is able to step over the wall. Gets a right hand in. And the crowd is back in the fight again here in Paris. Castillo punching his way in. Lorcy punching him out. Castillo went out shaking his right hand as if he might have hurt it. And Lorcy comes in on top of it. Well, watch that right hand of Castillo. He was shaking on that last exchange as if it might have got a stinger in it. And we'll see if they look at it in between the rounds. A minute to go in round 6, set for 12. Left hand by Castillo. Again appears to be throwing the right hand okay. If he starts to get a little left hand happy, we'll notice something wrong with that right hand. Dug it pretty good to the body that time. Under 45 seconds to go in the round. Good job by Lorcy that time to duck out of the corner. He doesn't want to get a knockdown a game tonight. Castillo would love to get it. Lorcy in that corner. 20 seconds to go in the round. Lorcy becoming an elusive target now. Castillo trying to catch up. And the usual displeasure sign in Europe is the whistle rather than the boo. Well, in that first fight ended in a draw back in March of this year for the vacant title. This one is very much heading that way unofficially at our vantage point. It is right now a draw. It is even to this point.
1, 2, 3. Plus de vitesse, j'ai besoin que de force.
On the forehead and down the one under the eye. Really not being basically looked at. Now they daub some blood off. Get some coagulant on top of it. But of no concern in that corner. Let's take a look at the exchange here. And again, Lorcy getting the right hand in. Castillo getting himself out of balance. And leaving himself open. Pretty good little straight left hand that time by Lorcy as well. Castillo is fighting a little sheepishly there. Good look at the crowd here, and they are, for the most part, enjoying themselves immensely. At the Grand Dome here in Villemont-sur-Yvette. Just south of France. Momentary break to get some of the paraphernalia out of the corner of Castillo on your right. And we're underway in round 7. Sam Smith, along with the Cedric Kushner boxing crew with you, as we've got another world title fight beaming your way for the WBO Junior Lightweight Championship. Lorcy back in the 6th round was the aggressor. He was able to get off first. Castillo took it away from him about 3/4 of the way through the ground, and then Lorcy regained it near the end of the round to get the points on the scorecard. You can see the eye right now of Castillo as he looks right into your viewing area. Has been pretty well taken care of. Just inside the background, near the bridge of the middle. Lorcy, raining combinations. Lorcy from the outside. Castillo still trying to lead with the right, come back with the left hand. Lorcy, straight right hand, backs up Castillo. Right hand that time, getting a little low. Castillo again trying to encourage the referee to call that. Ramirez just shakes it off. Lorcy tracking. Castillo. Lorcy had to back up after he had an advantage. Castillo caught him. And Castillo trying to climb it up on his way in again. Castillo with a straight left hand. Castillo with a looping left hand. Lorcy's got a pretty good straight left hand. He uses as a jab. But he will actually lead with the right hand and come back with that straight left hand as one of his primary weapons. A minute 18 left to go in round 7. Lorcy again, that one glancing off the chest of Castillo. And now there appears to be a little cut on the outside of the right eye. Lorcy, unless there was some blood coming from the left eye of Castillo. And it very well could be, as they had eye to cheek there just a moment ago, and it could have rubbed off. But there is definitely some blood on the right side of the face now of Lorcy. Castillo still trying to cut the distance off. Lorcy hasn't been able to back him up. He does for the first time. Near the end of the round. Castillo trying to fight back. Lorcy punching off of the break. And now they tie up again. These junior lightweights are showing a little fatigue here in the 7th round. Wild left hand by Castillo, answered by a little short right hand that time by Lorcy. Lorcy backing into the corner. Castillo chasing him down. And near the end of round number 7. Set for 12. I would agree with the assessment of Castillo as he went to his corner raising his arms, indicating that he won the round. Look how nicely they've done on that cut. It's no longer the focal point. Now it becomes the strategy of the fight. It also adds a great deal of confidence to Castillo, and he may need it because the Frenchman is starting to come at him, but Castillo with a big left hand. Lorcy able to land a solid left hand.
Nomás suba sus manos, eso es todo.
That's where Castillo got that short left hook in. Castillo goes up, straight left hand.
Vamos, mi chico.
By Lorcy. And Castillo caught some big punches in the round.
7.
Both fighters answering the bell on their stool as they take a little extra time to get out. Kind of backing up my comment from the 7th round that both were starting to show a little extra fatigue. And why not? It's been a non-stop fight in this world title match. Castillo tracking it on top of Lorcy. Lorcy with his back to you from France. Castillo out of Chihuahua, Mexico. Training for the most part in California, where he fights most of his fights. 7 of his 25 have been fought in his native Mexico, the other in California or Nevada. Castillo, this is what he's been doing all night long. Charging from the outside. Right hand thrown by Lorcy. Backing Castillo up. Castillo now coming back ahead of him. See, Castillo continues to kind of shake out that right hand. It may be, of course, it could be either in the forearm or certainly in the bicep tightening up, but he has been kind of continuously shaking that right hand out the last couple of rounds. It's definitely a weapon. We got to see mostly in the corner of Castillo. They were working on the abrasion and a slight cut under the right eye of Lorcy. So he's cut under both eyes and in the forehead. But again, they are just cuts that will draw your attention because of the blood and not that of a stopping of the fight type category. Halfway through the 8th round. Castillo battling in on Lorcy. Lorcy again waiting to counter attacks. Castillo, good sharp combination up the middle. Lorcy back for a counter. Castillo swinging off the ropes. Lorcy backing back into the center ring. And Castillo comes right back at him. Under a minute to go in the 8th. By the way, Castillo, with those 16 knockouts, had 5 in a row, going to the draw that he had with Lorcy on March 1st. That broke the string. See him shaking that right hand out again. Right now he's thrown some pretty good punches that probably could have put not only Lorcy down, but out. But the Frenchman is held in there. And now the blood, you can see just streaming down that right cheek. The left hand of Castillo continued to find a home. Castillo warning for low blows, or excuse me, Lorcy warning for low blows, or at least Castillo wanted to. He sent a couple low there heading for the corner that were not acknowledged. Lorcy's not trying to run, he's just trying to fight. All of the cuts and abrasions. You can see that one's a pretty good cut on the eye. Lorcy coming from a little swelling and then opened up. So under the right and the left eyes, Lorcy has cuts. The forehead cut, no longer a problem.
Est-ce que ça va? Sinon tu fais pas peur pendant le billet.
There is a slight abrasion above the right eye as well. Yes, now they're going to work on it. Tom Lundy, our producer, picking up on that as he took a good close look at it. They're working on both of those. There's the right hand of Castillo. Trying to continue to pound away on that right eye. A good right hand by Castillo. Most of the punches of Lorcy, particularly in the last 2 exchanges that you saw, were missing their mark. The seconds are out. The fighters are on the center of the ring, and this is round 9. Well, they went 12 rounds the last time they fought. They may be heading for 12 again. Lorcy continuing to draw cut after cut. One under the left eye, one under the right eye, one above the right eye, and a cut in the forehead. A cut over the left eye near the bridge of the nose by Castillo back in the first round off a headbutt. The only mark he has outside of some puffiness around both eyes. We're in round number 9. And again, we continue to march relentlessly towards a very close scorecard. We will do our very best here at our vantage point to try to see if we can get those cards when they do make the announcement, because they were very important numbers the last time. As one, the judge scored it a big victory for the Frenchman by 4 points. 117-114. The American and the Mexican proved it even at 112-114 respectively. 112-112, 114-114, and that's the draw. So the numbers will become very, very important unless, of course, it ends in a stoppage of the fight. And either fighter could do that between now and there, but they will pound each other the rest of the fight. Castillo still swinging punches from the outside. Lorcy has continued to back up continuously throughout the round. Throws a couple of punches to at least get the French crowd back into it a bit. But Castillo will carry, taking control of the round. Lorcy trying to steal it back midway through. The scoring of the judges becomes very important on what style fight they like. If they like the aggressor, they're rooting for Castillo. If they like a defensive counterpuncher, they got to be leaning for Lorcy. It's that kind of fight. It'll be determined by the judges at ringside. We're away from that now, just closing in on the little under 1 minute to go in the ninth round. Referee Ramirez has had very little to do, fortunately, in the last few rounds, as they have not clenched and held up as they did, particularly on the fifth, sixth, or seventh round. The both fighters are showing a little fatigue there. Well, they're leaning on a different tank now. They may have switched to the auxiliary tank as they're pumped up. Lorcy again getting some punches in, but Castillo clearly in control of the round. Castillo, good, quick, aggressive step. They'd mentioned shaking that right hand around again. They'd mentioned at the top of the show that this would not be your traditional Mexican brawler. And he has him in tonight. Well, boxers of all weights, classes, and levels, along with the stars and the personalities here in France. Watching on as one of their Frenchmen, Julien Lorcy gets his conversation in the corner. There you see the doctor leaning in on that eye of Castillo. That was a quick look because he's very well satisfied. There's no more problems with that cut after a great job in the corner. Really encouraging Lorcy to take some good deep breaths. Castillo, boom, got the right hand by Lorcy. Almost turned the lights out on the cameras as well. Castillo trying to hook the right hand and got caught with a right hand of his own, and then his left hand fell off the shoulder of Lorcy. Second time, 10th round is just a moment away. He hails from Vaison, France, fighting under the tutorship of the Carey brothers here, who control the boxing around the French area as far as outstanding promotion. Canal Plus, the official television of France, bringing us around their country. I'm delighted to be aboard with you here on the Semi-Christian Sports Network. The World Championship Boxing for the WBO Junior Lightweight title. Sam Smith with the commentary tonight. Lorcy backing up Castillo, just as he did in the night. By the way, I gave that last round to Castillo for a slight lead on the cards. A dangerous assumption on my part in the fact they're fighting here in France. But Lorcy thought he had it the last time he fought on home turf, but didn't on a draw. Judges, I'm sure, have been informed by the WBO that will probably not happen again unless it is absolutely too close to call. Make a decision. It certainly set up a great rematch, though. Castillo doing what he's done almost the entire fight. Lorcy, who did a good job of countering off of it, trying to come back with a shot but missed on both of them. Nearing the halfway point of round 10. Castillo was looking to the referee, trying to get caught for a low blow, which was marginal at best, and got caught by Lorcy. You have to stop refereeing, you got to protect yourself. That time Castillo got caught because he didn't. Comes right back throwing punches. Lorcy has been very patient in this fight. He has been, for the most part, under control. Not that Castillo has been out of control. That's his style. But Lorcy could have panicked a couple of times along the way with his charging style. But to his credit, and of course the experience he got from the first fight, has done well tonight. The only round that it appeared that both fighters were coasting of any measure of amount had to be back in the 7th round. That has since gone. Both are absolutely on full speed ahead. Another slight clash of heads that time. Referee Ramirez warning both. Castillo missing badly. Now he comes back with a combination. Julien Lorcy. By the way, is Michel Carey in the background, the man standing in the gray suit, encouraging the fighter that he manages here in France to Try to get it going as the bell sounds.
Très très bien.
Laissez-le souffler. Souffle bien. Prends ta respiration.
Respire bien beaucoup.
Prends ta respiration.
Still just trying to get their fighter to relax in
Prends
that
ta
corner.
respiration et souffle bien.
Trying to get some more oxygen.
Alors, tu vas m'expliquer.
Seems to be the major concern there is where their fighter is as far as his stamina is concerned. They certainly had a question of it after the 7th round, maybe in both corners.
Respire encore profondément.
Last few rounds have not shown any ill
Oxygène-toi,
effects of
Bobo.
any kind of fatigue from either side, though.
De chaque côté.
Oxygène tes muscles.
They have
Tu
both
as vu comme tu
answered the
donnerais
bell
pouvoir
and
sans
answered it
forcer,
well.
sans forcer 1, 2, 3. Tu le trappes. La vitesse.
Last round, an unofficial card went back to
Allez,
Lorcy.
vite, la faire. Allez, très
So it's still extremely close here
vite.
as they sweat it out near Pelé. Round 11 as the stools are dragged from the ring and now becomes mano again. WBO Junior Lightweight World Championship. Julien Lorcy on the left from France. Arnulfo and Castillo out of Mexico. Arnulfo coming in at 26 years of age, 25 by Lorcy. Both these guys at the very peak of their young careers. 26 professional fights down by Castillo. 37 by Lorcy at only 25. They both have been around the block. Both had a chance for a world title. Didn't get it the last time with a draw. One wants to earn it, and both have fought well enough to do so tonight. Again, it'll be interesting because I still have Castillo up by a point on the card. 2 minutes now left to go in the 11th round. Both fighters obviously went the full 12 rounds the last time. Combination thrown, landed by Lorcy. Castillo outside of the 12 rounds has been 10 only twice. Lorcy went to 12. He's been 10 rounds 3 times other than that. So they both have been into this no man's land before as they fight in the 11th. Lorcy again starting to counter, forcing Castillo to be a little bit more cautious with it. Interesting move there by Castillo. They're cheering for Lorcy. He almost encouraged him to cheer louder. Maybe a punch him up as well. Lorcy diving for a counter shot. Standing where he needed to do through the combination on the diving Castillo. And now Lorcy's able to step away from a lot of the punches by Castillo. Missing a wild left hand is the Mexican. Lorcy straight right hand. Less than 45 seconds now as we count it down to round 11. The titles held by both pale in comparison to what they are fighting for right now. WBO International Champion Castillo, the European Junior Lightweight Champion, and Lorcy. But now it could be a World Championship in their grasp. Lorcy appears to be coming back strong in the 11th round, and it could go to a flat-footed tie in the 12th and final round. Unless, of course, we get those strange scorecards with a 4-point difference as we had in the first fight. I just feel it's got to be